From Cold War bombers to modern armored vehicles, these are just some of the machines that shaped modern warfare. The Schwerer Gustav wasn't just a weapon, it was the largest gun ever built in human history. Designed by Nazi Germany in the late 1930s, this railway-mounted giant weighed an unbelievable 1,350 tons. That's heavier than 10 fully loaded Boeing 747s. And its shells? Each one was a 7-ton, 800mm steel monster, taller than a grown man and powerful enough to smash through 7 meters of reinforced concrete. Moving it was a battle itself. It required 2,500 men, custom railway tracks, and a support train just to transport ammunition. Assembly took 3 straight days using cranes built specifically for it. The Gustav was fired only a handful of times. At the Siege of Sevastopol in 1942, it destroyed fortresses, bunkers, and an underground ammunition depot buried 90 feet below ground. The shock waves were so strong that crews had to stand hundreds of meters away. But the weapon was too big to survive modern war. It was slow, vulnerable to air attacks, and required a small army to operate. Before Germany surrendered, the Gustav was blown up by its own crew so it wouldn't be captured. The A-10 Thunderbolt II, better known as the Warthog, was built for one brutal purpose: to destroy tanks. Every part of this jet exists for that mission: heavy armor, twin engines high above the fuselage, and a weapon so powerful the entire plane was designed around it. When that cannon fires, it unleashes over 3,000 rounds a minute, a stream of depleted uranium shells that can rip through steel. That noise became legendary. The sound soldiers on the ground know means air support has arrived. The Warthog can take direct hits, lose an engine, even half a wing, and still fly home. It's ugly, it's loud, and it refuses to die. After 50 years, nothing else can do its job better. World War II was a war of machines, and none faced off more famously than the German Tiger I and the American M4 Sherman. When the Tiger I rolled onto the battlefield in 1942, Allied crews were terrified. It had 100mm of armor, nearly twice as thick as most Allied tanks, and an 88mm KWK-36 gun that could destroy enemies from over 2 kilometers away. Its tracks could crush anything. Its presence alone changed tactics. Allied soldiers were ordered to flank or call in airstrikes rather than face it head-on. But perfection came at a price. The Tiger I weighed nearly 60 tons, burned 2 liters of fuel per kilometer, and broke down constantly. It took 300,000 man-hours to build just one. Only about 1,300 Tigers were ever made. Across the lines, the Americans built the M4 Sherman, the complete opposite philosophy. It entered service in 1942, carried a 75mm gun, and could hit 40 kilometers per hour on road. Its armor was thinner, about 50mm, but its reliability was unmatched. Factories in the U.S. churned out over 49,000 Shermans by the end of the war. Crews could replace engines in hours, parts were interchangeable, and the tank could be shipped anywhere on a Liberty ship. What it lacked in brute force, it made up for in numbers, mobility, and teamwork. The result was a brutal test of 2 opposing ideas: precision versus production. Germany built machines of perfection, powerful but fragile. America built machines of efficiency, lighter, cheaper, but unstoppable in number. The Mi-24 Hind was built by the Soviet Union in the early 1970s, half helicopter, half gunship. It could carry 8 soldiers, rockets, and a 23mm cannon, all while flying over 200 miles per hour. Armor plating made it tough enough to survive hits that would destroy other helicopters. In Afghanistan, it became feared for its speed, firepower, and the roar of its engines. NATO troops called it the flying tank. The Hind wasn't just a transport, it was a gunship that fought like a jet and changed how modern armies used helicopters forever. Born from a Cold War alliance, the Panavia Tornado was a jet built to unite Europe's air power under one design. Developed by the UK, Germany, and Italy, this twin-engine strike aircraft entered service in 1979 capable of flying at 1,400 miles per hour just meters above the ground, undetected by radar. Its variable sweep wings allowed it to change shape mid-flight, expanding for takeoff, then sweeping back for supersonic speed. Armed with precision bombs, anti-ship missiles, and electronic jammers, the Tornado became NATO's go-to attack jet, from the Gulf War to modern missions in the Middle East. Even after 40 years, upgraded versions like the Tornado GR4 remain a key part of European air defense, a symbol of how cooperation built one of the most versatile warplanes ever made. It's sleek, silent, and smarter than anything on the battlefield. The Type 10 is Japan's digital warhorse, precision-built for the 21st century. Developed by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries and introduced in 2012, this next-generation main battle tank trades brute force for advanced intelligence. At just 44 tons, it's nearly half the weight of an Abrams, light enough to cross mountains at 70 kilometers per hour. Its hydropneumatic suspension lets it kneel, lean, and aim on terrain most tanks would never dare. Armed with a 120mm smoothbore cannon and modular armor, it can transform from a fast strike unit to a defensive fortress in minutes. But its true power lies inside a C4I digital network system that links every tank, drone, and command center in real time. Built for Japan's unique defense doctrine, the Type 10 is more than a machine of war. It's a glimpse into the future of armored warfare. Sweden's Stridsvagn 103, the only main battle tank in history without a turret. Built in the 1960s at the height of the Cold War, the S-tank was designed for one-purpose ambush defense. Instead of rotating a turret, the entire hull aimed the 105mm gun. Precision steering and a hydropneumatic suspension let it tilt up, down, or side to side with sniper accuracy. Powered by both a diesel engine and a gas turbine, it could move forward or backward at the same speed. A crew of 3, an automatic loader, and a height barely over 2 meters, perfect for hiding in Sweden's forests and striking first. The Stridsvagn 103 wasn't built for glory. It was built to survive. Fast, low, and silent, it embodied Sweden's philosophy of precision over power. This tank was built backwards, on purpose. The Merkava Mark IV uses a front-mounted engine to increase crew protection, a layout uncommon among modern main battle tanks. Development began in the late 1990s, and the Mark IV entered service with the Israel Defense Forces in 2004. It is equipped with a 120mm smoothbore gun, advanced thermal imaging, and a fully digital fire control system. The tank can fire standard NATO ammunition as well as LaHat laser-guided missiles directly from its main gun. Its armor is modular composite, allowing damaged sections to be replaced quickly in the field. For additional survivability, the Mark IV uses the Trophy Active Protection System, which detects and intercepts incoming rockets and anti-tank missiles. A rear compartment provides space for infantry transport or medical evacuation, giving the vehicle added flexibility during urban or desert operations. The Merkava Mark IV remains one of the most protected and combat-proven tanks in service today. Built to solve a specific problem in modern warfare, tanks are vulnerable in cities, forests, and close-range ambushes, so Russia created the BMPT Terminator, a dedicated tank support combat vehicle. It uses a modified T-72 chassis, giving it heavy armor and the mobility of a main battle tank. Its primary weapons are two 30mm cannons, supported by Attica anti-tank missiles, a coaxial machine gun, and automatic grenade launchers for suppressing infantry and anti-tank teams. The vehicle carries a 5-person crew, with operators dedicated to specific weapon stations, allowing multiple targets to be engaged at once. Its layout provides 360-degree close protection, especially during urban operations where hidden anti-tank weapons pose the highest risk. The BMPT Terminator has seen real operational use in Syria and Ukraine and continues to be upgraded for modern battlefield demands. Across today's conflicts, drones now account for more vehicle losses than any other weapon system. The AC-130H Spectre was the first fully armed gunship in the AC-130 series. It was built from the C-130 transport aircraft and designed for close air support, long-duration strike missions, and armed overwatch. Its weapons included a 105mm howitzer, a 40mm Bofors cannon, and a 20mm Vulcan Gatling gun, all mounted on the left side of the airframe for precision fire. The Spectre used advanced night vision systems and infrared sensors for accurate engagement in low-visibility conditions. It could remain over a battlefield for extended periods, providing direct support to ground forces. The AC-130H saw combat in Vietnam, Grenada, Panama, and Desert Storm, and continued operating into the early 2000s. It set the foundation for all later gunship variants that followed. That was Season 1 of War Machines. More vehicles and future seasons will be available on the channel soon.